Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That third down conversion good for 23. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They go play action with Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none.
Yeah, the surge offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed it.
For it was Sanders. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he shortened the line to gain. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On play action, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they work this out past the 25. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On first down, Hurts. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run left with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hurts to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Calvin Joseph. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Way to make the play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Sam Williams bringing him down that time. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. 52 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
In motion right is Brown.
No score, D.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Quick hitter here is complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
I thought maybe when he caught, he had a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. They'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try, and time has run out on this first half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force It gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
That drive, they really increased their cushion. Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too and drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
No score, D.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And they bring the big tight end across the formation left. After the sack on 1st down, Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Prescott to throw this time. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to winning the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. He's got room at the 30, and he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game.
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Get in there!
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Here's Prescott. Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the difference, and it is 28-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hurts. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Trevon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And it makes this 35